Hello, good evening, Jane. Tima, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Welcome to class.
Thank you, sir.
Are you just joining us or you are part of the Class Solution Architect with AWS?
No, I just joined like a couple of minutes ago. I was just waiting for you to let me in.
Have you undergo Class Architect training?
If I did what?
If you've undergone the Cloud Solution Architect training
Solution architect. Now we just completed the AWS.
with Mr. Bafemi or Mr. Akin?
No, we just completed the AWS class. This was the one that he was how can I say? He suggested the Azure class.
Okay, no problem about that. Good to have you in class. Hello, Mr. Ola. Good evening. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Mr. Raymond Momodu. I will be your facilitator for infrastructure as code with Terraform and CloudFormation. I think some of you we've met already during your last Linux revision class in the month of February. I can still remember the date. That should be February 28th. Okay, so except those that are joining the group for the first time. If you've been on this group since the month of February, I think we've met once. We had a general revision class on our Linux. So today we're going to be looking at the infrastructure as code. Since we are few, as time goes on, we'll create the time to know each other better. Probably I will have to know your names, your background. Though for now, I would say it's optional. As long as you have completed your AWS training before attending the class or before attending infrastructure as code, you don't have any issue. So before we start the class for today, I want us to have this understanding, first of all, that infrastructure as code is very easy, but you need to understand the method of doing all whatever we want to achieve in class. Reason because you have been able to architect your AWS console management, configure services, and now we want to see how we can be able to use codes. We want to see how we can be able to use code to be able to deploy or provision these services. So if you have any question, any contribution, I think you go ahead and make your contribution. If not, you can go ahead with the class. So let me hear from you guys. Mr. Sheo, Mr. Olatubosun.
Good evening.
Good evening. Any question?
No, not now. No question.
Okay. So why we will look at infrastructure as code in Terraform. First of all, what is infrastructure as code? Having understanding of what infrastructure as code is, okay, to me, IaC is managing and provisioning your infrastructure through code instead of through the manual process. So meaning that you have been manually provisioning your infrastructure through your AWS console management. So this time, we're no longer going to be manually provisioning our infrastructure, like your EC2 instance, like your VPC, creating your VPC environments, your internet gateway, your route table, like your auto scaling configuration. Okay, so all of that you have been manually managing, provisioning this infrastructure through the manual process where you go and click. But this time, you are going to be provisioning your infrastructure as code instead of going through your AWS console management to set up the infrastructure and services. Okay, so this time you are going to be provisioning this infrastructure in form of what? In form of code. So now, for infrastructure as code, you can write script and achieve the task. So are we writing this script? So from this now, you see the video that all the possible codes you ever need to write in Terraform to provision infrastructure related in cloud are already available templates. Okay, forms as Terraform module. So this means that this is the Terraform registry site that whenever we want to provision any resource, all we need to do is to go to this Terraform registry, go and get the template. This template contains the resources code, the script that you want to use to provision that particular resource. So you don't need to write any script, okay? Or you have to understand how to run this script, because you can't go and copy this script. By the time you go to the Terraform registry, you go and copy the script. You can't just go and paste it. There's still some configurations that you need to go in the script to configure. So these are part of what we are going to be looking at, irrespective of what we have in our note. Fine, okay. We just modify this note recently now. So irrespective of what we have in this note, we have I'm also going to be looking at how we can go into the Terraform registry to be able to get this code and see how we can be able to run this code with some of the projects that we have in line for us for infrastructure as code. Now, infrastructure as code with Terraform. Terraform is one of the IaC tools, because we talk about three major IaC tools. Okay, infrastructure as code tool. Then we'll be looking at Terraform. Terraform is one of the infrastructure as code tool. CloudFormation is another infrastructure as code tool. Then we also have the Microsoft. We have the Google Cloud Deployment Manager. So we have Google Cloud Deployment Manager. We have Azure Resource Management, the Azure Resource Management, that is two. We have CloudFormation, and we also have Terraform. So out of these 3 to 4 infrastructure as code tools that I just listed now, Terraform is widely used. So when we say Terraform is widely used, because Terraform is an open source. So when we say open source, it means that Terraform is open to majority of the cloud service providers. Example, AWS, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud Platform, Alibaba, Oracle. So we have a lot of cloud service providers, and Terraform is an open source. Now, if you are looking at infrastructure as code with CloudFormation, it means that CloudFormation can only be used to provision infrastructure on AWS. So you cannot use CloudFormation in any other cloud service provider apart from AWS. Same also for Google Cloud Platform and that of the Azure Resource Manager. But when it comes to Terraform, yeah, you can decide to use Terraform to provision infrastructure in any of the cloud service provider. This is the reason why Terraform is popularly used by a lot of infrastructure as code engineers or infrastructure as code administrator, because it's an open source infrastructure as code software tool, which is created by HashiCorp. So HashiCorp, which is HashiCorp itself, okay, they are the one that owns Terraform. Okay, so Terraform is used for building, changing, versioning your infrastructure. Okay, so when we talk about Terraform in the first place, without HashiCorp, then you cannot talk about Terraform, because HashiCorp is an organization. They are the ones that created Terraform. HashiCorp owns Terraform. So the syntax of Terraform configuration language, is called HashiCorp configuration language. So you can simply write your code in human readable format of what? Of the HashiCorp configuration language. That is the syntax of Terraform configuration language. So we can be asked, what is the syntax of Terraform configuration language? Syntax of Terraform configuration language is referred to as what? The HashiCorp configuration language. So infrastructure as code, it's writing code, okay, that you want to use to provision your infrastructure instead of what? Doing it in the manual way, e.g., going to your AWS console management to click and apply because you want to provision an infrastructure as service. Secondly, you must have an IaC tool that you can use for you to be able to provision this infrastructure. One of the IaC tool is Terraform. Second, CloudFormation. Third is the Google Cloud Deployment Manager. Four is the Azure Resource Management. These are the 3 to 4 major infrastructure as code tools. Terraform is more often used compared to every other infrastructure as code tool, because Terraform is an open source IaC software tool that is created by HashiCorp, can be used to deploy infrastructure to any of the cloud service provider. So it is not rigid or solely or limited to one cloud service provider. Any question?
No.
So you really do not need to cram syntax. You really do not need to cram scripts, as long as all the templates that we ever need will be going to the Terraform registry to get this code for us to be able to run. So that's for the Terraform registry. Now, why Terraform helps you provision thousands of infrastructure in the cloud? Ansible configuration management helps you manage all of them centrally. However, Docker Kubernetes becoming more and more relevant for achieving these features, not at virtual machine level, but at container font level. So during your DevOps, okay, these are also tools for deployment of application. Ansible, okay, then Docker and Kubernetes are containerization tools that you can also be used to manage your application. So these are tools that you can use, okay, for your management of your application. But Terraform, we're going to be using Terraform to see how we can be able to use Terraform to build our infrastructure. Because if I'm asked to, for example, build an application, I need an environment, I need the servers, I need the infrastructure. So first of all, how will you be able to set this infrastructure? So you have to use codes to be able to what? To set up this infrastructure. So when it comes to management of application, we can say that Terraform will not be the best tool, okay, when it comes to management of application. So you have to use a different tool for the management. So we have Ansible configuration management. So it's the most popular of the optional tool that you have. So most popular of the optional tools that we can decide to say, oh, okay, like Chef, like Puppet, like Ansible. So for the initial infrastructure setup, Terraform is there. Then the management of the infrastructure, Terraform is good. Then initial application setup, okay. Then from here, you're looking at Ansible and the management of what? Of the application. So we cannot say that one of these two, okay, is better than the other two, okay? Maybe because having its own strength. Yeah, we can start to say Ansible may have strength because during your DevOps, you may be looking at Ansible, using Ansible as a deployment tool over Puppet and Chef. So because you're looking at the strength that Ansible may be having, if Ansible is the preferred tool for the management of the application of servers, we also have other tools like Chef and that of what Puppet. So at this point, if you feel like maybe strengthening Ansible, okay, you can use other tools, though not advisable, okay, to know Ansible alone for someone with years of experience. So I cannot be in DevOps with years of experience, probably 2-3 years, and I'm good at what and just Ansible only. So definitely I will know how to use every other tools for the management of application. So when it comes to Terraform, for now, Terraform for infrastructure and Ansible for application. Terraform for infrastructure, Ansible for application. So we'll be doing less of theoretical and more of practicals. Okay. Less of theory, more of what? More of practicals. So when you copy this link and take it to your browser, you already have access to the Terraform registry. Okay, so you really do not need to do any other. Let me just go to my Terraform registry. Okay. Okay, so this is my Terraform registry. So every template that I will ever need to run so this is the Terraform registry. Okay, so it's already here, already available in the templates to form you. So this is it. So we'll be going to the Terraform registry and see how we can be able to get our code. But before we think of doing all of that, we don't even have the environment in the first place. We need to have the environment. So today is going to be more of our environment setup. So we're seeing how we can be able to set up our environment that we want to be using to deploy infrastructure and all that. So in the first place now, which environment do we have? Yeah, okay. We have about we have different types of environment. We have the cloud shell, and we also have that is cloud 9. Okay, so we have the ID environment, which is the integrated development environment. So we're going to be using our VSCode. I will show you how to also make use of the cloud 9, but the difference between the cloud 9 and the Visual Studio Code is the Visual Studio Code is resident on your local machine because you're going to download your Visual Studio Code, you download and install it. But when you talk about using the cloud 9, which is the ID environment, you have to go to your AWS account. Anytime you want to provision your infrastructure, you set up your cloud 9 base, which is the cloud-based ID. It's also the cloud-based ID. So you have to set up the cloud-based ID, and it is not free. So if you allow the environment to continue to run even while you're not using it, you'll be paying for it because it's a service. But if you have your Visual Studio Code, okay, installed on your local system, then you have no issue. Okay, for example, now I have my Visual Studio Code. So when I want to make use of it now to deploy infrastructure or provision infrastructure to cloud, so what I do is just for me to launch my Visual Studio Code and do the needful. So I have to do the needful. When I say the needful, first of all, if you install your Visual Studio Code, definitely you need to do some configurations on your Visual Studio Code. But I will not be paid, even if I allow the Visual Studio Codes to continue to run from now to the whole of the month, the whole of the year. okay, I will not be paid, I will not be charged for it because it is resident on my local machine. But if I'm using the cloud-based IDE, which is the Cloud9, okay, for example, I will be asked to pay for it. That's why we're saying the better environment is your IDE on your laptop. So as it is now, you don't have the notes, okay? For those of you that have sent me your payment receipt, I will send you a link for you to fill, okay, the Google form so that I can be able to have details with it. I'll have your information, okay? So then I will be able to share the notes with you. But now that you are in class, I want you to take this. I'm sending this URL link now to the Zoom chat. Please copy this URL link for me and paste in your browser so that you can be able to download the Visual Studio Code. So we want to see how we can be able to download. Today is setting up of our environment, our IDE environment. So once we're able to set up the IDE environment on our laptop and install the Ubuntu server operating system, then we'll now be able to integrate it to our IDE environment. Then we are good to go. So we can now have an environment, an IDE environment, where we can now be running our codes for us to be able to deploy infrastructure or provision. Let me use the word provision. When it comes to application, I can use deploy. For me to be able to provision infrastructure to cloud. For now, we don't have any environment. So I cannot go directly and start provisioning infrastructure to cloud. So you need to set up your own IDE environment so that when we're meeting next class, we will now be able to provision infrastructure together. So while you are doing that, when you have issues, you bring the issue forward, we'll now be able to see to it together. So we'll see how we can be able to carry everybody along in this class. So any question?
No question on my end.
Okay, so without us installing the Visual Studio Code, configuring the Visual Studio Code, then we'll not be able to write our script that we want to use to provision infrastructure in cloud. So this IDE environment will definitely allow us to be able to provision our infrastructure as cloud. So the reason why we are, in as much as we have different IDE environments, like for example, I made mention of cloud-based IDE environment, which is the Cloud9. We can be asked, which of the IDE environments are you used to, the integrated development environment? Yeah, you have used cloud-based environment. Example is the Cloud9, which I will show you. So those is not included in this updated note. Then what else have you used? Oh, I've already used Visual Studio Code. Okay. Which other IDE environment are you aware of? Okay. Good. We could talk about the Notepad plus talk about the code pen. So these are alternatives to Visual Studio Code. But good thing about Visual Studio Code is a source code editor that runs on your desktop. That means on your local system. Okay, so it's available for your Windows operating system. So we can see. So if you're using Mac, once you copy the URL link now and paste, so you're not clicking on Windows to download. So if you're using Mac, you have to download, you have to click on Mac for those of you using Mac. So the good thing about Visual Studio Code is it's not rigid to one operating system, not like mobile extend. You have to go and look for Tabi or Terminus if you're using the Mac. But for this, if it supports different operating systems available for Linux, Windows, and Mac operating system. Another good thing about Visual Studio Code is it comes with built-in support for JavaScript, for HTML, for Node.js, for TypeScript. So also has extensions for other programming languages like Java, like your Python, like your PHP, and so on. So the good, okay, so Visual Studio Code is an IDE environment where you can write your codes on, and this application is installed and resident on the local system. So do we have anybody that have been able to download the Visual Studio Code? Like I said, once you copy the URL link.
Yes.
Yeah, I downloaded it.
Okay. So now, if you have downloaded the Visual Studio Code, can you install it for me? So install it.
Yeah, I think I already installed it.
Okay. So which operating system are you using? Mac or
Mac, yeah.
Okay, you're using Mac.
I'm using Windows and I've downloaded it too.
Okay. So now that you have installed your Visual Studio Code, first of all, let's scroll down now. So you need to click to install. Okay. So saying that you should sign into your Microsoft Visual Studio Code with your Microsoft account. So you create a password for the default user too.
I'm sorry, sir. Please, can I see the page again? Let me copy it and start downloading it.
Check
I
this
just
chat. Are you joining now? Okay.
I just joined.
Okay, let me paste this now. The URL link. I dropped the URL link now.
Thank you.
Okay. Is that Alimat?
Yes.
Okay, welcome to class. I think we are meeting for the second time again.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so now after you have completed the download and the installation, okay, this is just the HTML. Let's say you want to practice using HTML, but that's not what we're looking at. So now we want to configure the Visual Studio Code. And at the same time, we need to run Ubuntu terminal. So you really do not have Ubuntu now. So if you look at my own Visual Studio Code, I have two different versions of Ubuntu, the Ubuntu 18.04, the 22.04. So probably I want to use any of these now. I will click on this. So I will show you how to be able to download Ubuntu from your, yes, first of all, for Windows, we're going to settle that for Windows first before Mac users. So how you can download Ubuntu and integrate it to your Visual Studio Code. Okay, good.
So sorry to interrupt you. You said we should create a Microsoft account, but I've downloaded it. There's nowhere to sign in.
Don't worry, you don't even need, if you want to sign, there's no problem about that. If you want to look at it, if you want to sign in, look at it. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
So you click on this. So you just sign in with the username and password, like if you have a Microsoft account. If you don't have, you can leave it. It doesn't stop you from using it.
Okay, no problem.
Currently
Thank
now,
you.
not even signing in for a very long time.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, now this is what you do for me. The first thing you need to do for me now is, after the installation and configuration of your Visual Studio Code, let me clear this now. All of these are not, because I've used this to run script, that's why you're seeing this. So just ignore, don't worry about what you're seeing here, please. Okay. Now click on this now, come to your extension. This is your extension. Can you see the extension? Those of you that have installed your Visual Studio Code. Let's configure our Visual Studio
Yeah.
Code. See the extension, that's an extension. This is extension, this is Remote Explorer, this is Run Debug Program, this is Source Control. If you are searching for maybe a configuration file, and this is also an Explorer. This logo is because you have installed this with HashiCorp. I'm using the Terraform on it. So this logo is because I've used my Visual Studio Code to also add configuration of CloudFormation. Then this is also because I've used my Visual Studio Code to add configuration with Jenkins. So you, for now, you're not seeing all of this. So don't worry. What happened? This logo is not in my own, because after the completion of your training, okay, so you're also going to have all of this. So for now, this is what you do. You click on this extension, then come to where you have search and type remote WSL. So you have to install the remote WSL. What is the full meaning of WSL? The Windows subsystem for Linux. So you have to install the remote WSL. So once you click on WSL, you'll see mine is already installed. Can you see it now? So you have to click on install. So install your own. First thing you do, install your remote WSL. So the reason why we're installing this remote WSL is because the Ubuntu operating system that we want to go and download is an Ubuntu WSL for Linux. So we have to first of all install the remote WSL. So after the installation of the remote WSL, I believe come below, you'll see this icon, which is open a remote window. You see this icon. But if you have not installed the remote WSL, you're not going to see this icon.
Sorry, for those that have Windows, is it the window on we're going to download?
Yes.
Okay.
So have you installed the remote WSL?
Yeah, I installed it, but there's no
Can you
there's
not
no
see this
icon.
icon below?
Yeah, I don't see that icon below. I've installed it.
Okay, don't worry about that. Just as long as you've installed.
I've
Later,
installed it and I can see it.
okay, so for you that you've not been able to see, don't worry. Later you refresh, probably you close and
mine is saying Windows subsystem for Linux not detected. I
okay,
don't know.
we're going to that stage. We've not gotten to that stage. Probably this is the solution to the issue you're having. We've not gotten to that stage now. So where we are now, we just finished downloading the, okay, so the installing the remote WSL. So the aspect now for, don't want us to jump. Okay, so the aspect, okay, this is what we need to do. To resolve that issue that you're having on the mat, this area you have to come to. So I don't want to go, allow us to go back and front, but nevertheless, this is what you do. Now this, look at my screen. Can you see? Go to your Windows, search for Windows features. So if I come now and say Windows, for example, can you see my screen? I type Windows features now. So it's saying turn on. Please, everybody should do this. Well, the only thing is, for now, if you are doing this, you have to restart your system. So it's definitely going to log you out, except your remote WSL for Linux is already installed. So can you see my screen now? So for now, I don't want anybody to do this, but Alimat, you're going to do that after the download of your Ubuntu. So this is it now. So once you come to this is what you do for me. You have to scroll down. So please, everybody need to check to see if the remote WSL for Linux is installed. So if you look at this is Windows PowerShell. This is Windows subsystem for Linux. So check if yours is already installed, so you see it's checked. But if you are not seeing it checked, it means that you have to do this. You have to check, and once you check, you click OK. Definitely it will restart your laptop. So Alimax, is yours checked?
I have not downloaded the applications. I just stopped. I want to listen to the class. That wasn't my question.
Your question to
It
resolve.
wasn't me that answered.
Okay, who was that? To resolve the problem you asked, who was that? The issue the person asked now. This is the solution to it.
Oh, okay.
You saw what I did. You know how I got to this place?
So I'm lost because I
Okay, just hold on. When we get to that stage, I will tell you. Well, we skipped some parts now before getting to that stage now. Okay, so
okay.
for now, you've not been able to install the Ubuntu. The Visual Studio Code. Have you installed it?
Yes, I have installed it.
No problem about that. Then what about the remote WSL? Did you type it on your extension to install the remote WSL?
yes, I did. And then I clicked on it. And so it's saying get started with WSL. And it's telling me open window SL WSL window, connect to WSL default distro.
Everything.
But underneath here, it's saying Windows subsystem for Linux not detected.
And don't worry, that's what I was showing you earlier.
Okay, so should I click install now? Should I click install
Can you
now
share
on
your
it?
screen for me to see what you are doing?
Here you go. That is not.
Okay, you're using a different laptop.
It's a Windows, sir.
Do you have Zoom on it?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so
okay, share, right?
I downloaded. Okay, no, go ahead.
Zoom meeting.
today
Okay.
class is to set up the environment, because without the environment, there's nothing we can do. I just need everybody to be able to set his own environment.
I downloaded mine, but I'm stuck somewhere.
Okay,
Yeah,
please hold on.
Okay.
We have enough time.
Are you gonna share the video today so that I can do my own later? Because
Definitely you're going to have the video. After
I don't want to join the class back.
I will drop the
So can I share the?
yes,
I
we're
think I
waiting
know.
for you now. We don't have all day.
Okay, this is what I don't know if you can see it.
It's not an issue. So what you do, click install now, please.
Okay.
It's not an issue. On the
Do
right,
you want to allow this app to make changes on your device? Yes.
connect to WSL. Click on connect.
Do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device?
Yes.
Yes.
So
okay, so
WSL for me.
say that again, sir.
Can you see your screen now? Connect to WSL.
Oh, okay.
Can you see your
Oh,
screen?
so it's I believe so.
Look at your
yeah, so it's saying installing Windows sub is like it's installing and it's saying Ubuntu and 3, like it's downloading.
Are you sure that the screen you shared for us is the screen you're accessing?
I
can see your console moving.
Hold on, sir.
Hello,
Hold
just
on,
calm
sir,
down.
please.
Calm down. Hold on.
Okay.
Can you see connect to WSL? Highlighted in blue.
Yes.
Click on it.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Hold on first. You have two. It seems you have two Visual Studio Code opened. Can you close one for me?
Oh. Oh, screen sharing stopped.
Okay, see what we'll do now. Let me share my screen. Everybody should follow the process.
Okay. So would you be able to do it? I mean, let me, because mine is Mac and it looks like it's a little bit different.
No, it's whatever extension we're installing now is the same. The only different configuration that I will pay special attention to Mac is for the operating system that we're going to be using. So every other thing that we're doing now, you should follow the process. So for the extension,
are we starting from the beginning?
We started from the beginning.
I mean, now are we starting now again from the beginning?
After the installation of your Visual Studio Code, please. After you finish downloading your Visual Studio Code and installing the Visual Studio Code, all you need to do is to go to your extension. Once you come to this extension, all you need to do is to type remote WSL. And once you type remote WSL, you click on it. You will see install. So what you do, click on install. Mine is already installed. So that's why you're saying uninstall. So after installing the remote WSL, then the next thing you're also going to be looking at is to install the Terraform extension. So what you do now, stay on that same search for your extension, go and type Terraform. So once you type Terraform, click on Terraform. So you have to also install the Terraform extension. You can say plugins. Mine is installed. Do you understand? So you install, you click on install. So after the installation of the Terraform, then you come back again, you click on HashiCorp Terraform. You click on install. Mine is installed. It does not take any time. It's just within less than 30 seconds. You install each of them. So you click on.
Sir, where I have problem, when I'm gonna run the downloads, it brought up boxes. I don't know what to check. That is why I stopped.
Just hold on. Share your screen. Let me.
No, I'm not using the same computer.
You're not using what?
I'm not using the same computer. It's a different computer I'm using from the one I'm using for the class.
Okay. So please, if you know you are using a different system, most especially in class and practice, if you don't have Zoom, ensure you install Zoom, especially when you're in class like this and you're having issues, so that you can be able to share your screen. Okay. So type Terraform, install the Terraform extension, install the HashiCorp Terraform. You will also need to also install the Terraform autocomplete. So ensure you install these 3 extensions.
So I think I've installed all 3, but the issue is, you know, the remote thing you said that's at the bottom, I can't find it, and everything is installed.
Everything is going to work. Don't worry. By the time we are done, you have to restart your system.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's going to work. Don't worry.
Sorry, I'm stuck somewhere.
There was a problem.
I downloaded the part, the Visual Studio Code, but it tells me start new file, open, and open walkthrough. I don't know which one to select on there.
Just open.
I clicked open,
Sure.
but another folder showed up.
Can you share your screen for me?
Sure. Okay, this is what shows up.
Yeah, you're on the right track. Visual Studio Code on Mac OS, but you're using Mac.
Yeah.
So everything looks good now. So can you click on the extension for me? Yes. So type remote WSL. Remote space WSL. Space WSL. Okay, so click on WSL for me. So you can install it even if you don't want to click to save. Just go ahead and install. So it's installing.
Okay, then I have to do the same thing with Terraform, right?
Yes. So go back there and type Terraform.
This, right?
Yes. Install. Click install for Terraform. Click install for HashiCorp Terraform, the one up. Then the Terraform autocomplete. Also click install. The fourth one. The fourth one.
Okay.
So that's it.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So what you will do, you close your Visual Studio Code and open it again, so that the remote WSL that you install can be active. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
So now this is where we have work to do. We have not installed any operating system. So for Windows users should follow this process with me. But for Mac users, you have to hold on, please. Okay.
Please, can I say something, sir?
You okay?
Yeah, what I saw on my screen is Windows subsystem for Linux has been installed. Installing Ubuntu, and Ubuntu has been installed. The request operation is successful.
Okay. For now, we've not installed any Ubuntu. What we have installed is Windows subsystem. So please go and install Terraform, HashiCorp Terraform, and Terraform Autocomplete
Okay.
for us.
Okay.
You're using Windows.
Yes.
Okay. So for Windows users now, let's go to our notes now. So what do we do now? Configure Visual Studio Code to run Ubuntu. So this is what we want to do. We have installed the remote WSL. Then what else have we installed now? So click on the bottom left. So this is the remote WSL. Once you install it, you're going to see this icon on the bottom left. Okay. So your Visual Studio Code is not able to pick your recognize Ubuntu app, then try this. So it's time for us to install Ubuntu now. So what do? You go to your Microsoft Store, search Microsoft Store, search for Microsoft Store on your system. In Microsoft Store, search for download and install Ubuntu. So what we'll do now, look at my system. Where's my Microsoft Store? Microsoft Store. Where's my Microsoft Store? Okay, so for Windows, this is your Microsoft Store. For Mac users, if you go to your App Store and type Ubuntu, you're going to come up with different virtual machines that can run Ubuntu for you, but they are not free. You'll be asked to pay for it. So for Mac user, we're going to use the Bash terminal so that you don't even need to download Ubuntu. So every configuration that you want to run will be from your Bash terminal. So it's even easier for Mac users compared to Windows. So let us look for Ubuntu, search for the app. So the app now that we want to install now is Ubuntu. So this is another area where we have to carry out troubleshooting. So if you look at the Ubuntu, just when you type Ubuntu, you click enter. Just click enter. So it's going to display the different versions for Ubuntu for you. So you are going to see Ubuntu 22.04, Ubuntu 20.04, and 18.04. They are free. So currently I've installed the 18.04 and the 22.04. So what you will do for me is installing one is okay, but sometimes you may have issue with one version. And because you have installed another version, that other version can be of help. So if you don't want to install the 3 version, okay, at least let's install minimum of 2 versions. So for those of you, maybe if I want to just click on the version you want to install and click on get, so the download will begin. So once you click on the version you want to install, you will see get. Okay, mine is not showing get, so you're going to see get, so you click on get. Hello. So if you are installing 22, once you click on it, mine is saying open because I have installed this. For those of you installing it for the first time, what you're going to be seeing here is get. Okay. So once you finish the installation, that's only when you can now click on the open to have to take you to the terminal, but you're not going to see a name. Then we can now configure the terminal. So at this stage now, it may take you 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes to install the 2 versions of Ubuntu, the 20.04 and the 22.04. These are the 2 versions I want you to install.
So what did you call is it Bash Prompt Designer or is it called Run Bash?
Are you using Mac?
Yes.
Okay, don't worry. How many of us are using Mac in this class now?
I think it's just me and John.
2 of you.
Yeah.
Okay, so for Mac users, why Windows users are doing theirs? For Mac users, this is what you do. Go to your browser. Let me see. Go to your browser for Mac users, please. If you have any issue, I will refer you to this video. I'm glad that you are in class now. So I'm going to type Homebrew for Mac users. I'm trying to go to the link. So Homebrew. So you just go to your browser, type brew.sh. Hello, can you see this now?
Yeah.
Okay, so once you do this now, says install brew. So you copy this link. Can you see this link?
Yeah.
Now, when you copy this link now, you have your bash terminal. So you click on your bash terminal. So let me share. You have
That's
to.
what I was asking you. I was saying, which
Yes,
bash?
the
There
bash,
are a
the
couple of
bash, the bash. So you share your screen. Let's see what you are doing so that other Mac users can refer to this video for their own installation.
Okay, 1 second. Share screen. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yeah. So minimize your VSCode now. We don't have anything to do here.
Okay, so can you see? Okay, so which bash am I installing? That's the question.
No, you're not installing anything from your app store.
Okay.
Yeah. So just minimize. So search for your
So,
bash. The one on your.
so on my what?
Okay. Have you copied this? The
Yeah.
link.
Yes.
Okay. You have your bash now.
That's what I was asking. Which bash do I download? That's what I was
You
asking
don't
you.
download it. The inbuilt one you have on your system, the terminal.
Okay, so it's called bash. B-A-S-H.
That's it. Or you just
Bash.
type terminal.
Oh, terminal. Okay. Is it okay? Not terminal. Let me see. So terminal. Okay, I think I found it. Okay.
Now this terminal now.
This one?
Yes, this is your Mac terminal.
Yes.
Okay.
So what do I do?
Paste the right click to paste that link.
Okay.
Enter your password.
Password for my laptop.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So Windows user, are you still downloading your Ubuntu 20.04 and the 22.04 version?
Done.
Are you still downloading? You have to download the 2 versions. We are coming there because we need to troubleshoot. Because some of you will have issues. So I don't like ending this class and at the end of the day, Janine's coming to tell me that this is the issue they're having for the first class. I don't usually like that. So whatever issue you're going to encounter now, let us resolve it in class, except somebody that is not in class. As long as you're in class, you need to do the needful. Okay. So let's complete this
So
configuration.
the only other problem is that I restarted the Visual Studio Code and it's still not showing that thing.
Okay, don't worry now. It will come up.
Okay. Okay.
still have to restart. Okay, but not now. Just hold on.
So I stopped everything because I'm a little confused. I don't know what else, what to do
Where did you stop?
right now because say that again.
Where exactly did you stop?
Like I said, I clicked on install and then so Ubuntu came up and it's saying installing. This might take a few minutes. Please create a default Unix user account.
Just hold on. They are coming there now. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Now, what you need to type now, you type, you enter your password. Okay. Now type brew space install Terraform space install Terraform.
And enter.
Yes.
So
Brew install Terraform. What's the issue? Hold on. I hope this installation successful. Homebrew must enable anonymous aggregate formula in case class analytics. Which details documentary analytic data has been sent to this. Homebrew is run entirely by unpaid volunteer. Please consider run these two commands in a terminal to add Homebrew to your path. Next step is run these two commands. Usually I don't have this challenge. I think you have to run those two commands.
Okay. Run these two commands to
You're
add.
saying that. Yeah.
So copy this.
Copy that. Let me see, because usually I don't have these issues. Let me see.
Pass error.
That's error. Do we have any other Mac user?
Yeah, I have a Mac.
Are you doing the same thing now?
I'm trying to install Ubuntu, but it looks like it's not downloading. I don't know
No,
why.
I said you're not installing Ubuntu.
Oh.
Listen to what we are saying. You are not installing Ubuntu. It's only for Windows. Because you will be asked to pay for it. I said you don't have anything to do in your App Store for Mac user. All you need to do is to go and get the URL link to install Brew on your terminal.
Install Brew.
And once you do installation of that URL link, then I said you should now go ahead and install Terraform. So using Brew install Terraform. That's all. Then at the end of the day, you go to your VSCode and integrate it. Because the Ubuntu you are trying to download from the App Store is not free. You'll be asked to pay for
You
it.
have to pay for it. Oh, okay.
So please leave your App Store environment. Okay. Type Brew install Terraform again. I think there was no error next time. Which command? Okay.
Terraform. Okay. Okay, enter. Oh, it worked.
Installing them. Okay, so let's see if Terraform is installed. Clean up Terraform. So type Terraform. Let's find that Terraform space -v.
-v.
Yes, enter. So Terraform version is out. So your version of Terraform is out of date. The latest version is 1.44. You can update by downloading. That's that. You've installed, so it's just for you to do your update.
So just go to here and paste it.
Okay. Okay, so that's it now. To install it. So you have to
which
follow
one?
this.
Oh,
Package manager for Mac OS. You're using Mac now, so you copy that URL now.
this one.
So go to the same terminal again.
Oh, go to the same terminal.
You go to your terminal and paste that command to see if you can run it.
Okay.
Okay, so you do the update of your Terraform. Terraform has been installed. So
Okay.
let's stop sharing and let us go to, where is the other Mac user?
I'm right.
Can you share your screen?
Okay.
Quickly share your screen so that the next, after you will go and resolve the issue any other Windows user may encounter, though we have not started the configuration of the Ubuntu. Only ask them to download. Can you
Okay, just shared it.
minimize your you've installed the remote WSL?
Yeah, I installed that one.
Okay, you've installed the extensions for Terraform, HashiCorp, and that of autocomplete.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so go to your browser and type bre install bre.sh. Type bre.sh. Clear the terminal and just type bre.sh for me.
Okay, I'm
Copy
done.
the link.
Okay.
Everything. I'm copying everything.
Oh, everything.
Have you done that?
Yeah, I did.
Now go to your terminal.
How do I get there?
Search for terminal now.
Oh.
Not on the browser.
No,
You
I'm not
have
on the browser.
okay, so click on your terminal.
Oh.
It's already opened. Click on it below. Okay, so paste the link you copied. Hit
Okay.
enter. The password.
Mhm.
Okay, so click enter. So you saw that from the other Mac OS that we used earlier. So when you get to that stage, you need to type Braille install Terraform. Already sent that on the Zoom chat. So press enter, install. Okay, install. Okay, agree. Okay. Okay, so you can complete the remaining task. Okay. So once
Okay.
you type Braille install Terraform, then you type this other command to check for the version of Terraform that is installed.
So after this, I just need to type brew
Yes, install Terraform. By the
install
time,
Terraform.
yes,
Yeah.
after it gives you your terminal where you can go ahead and type. So for now, it's still installing the command line tools. Okay.
So I've done the Terraform -v, and I've installed installed the up-to-date version. But when I go back and type Terraform -v again, it says it's not up to date. So I don't even know what's going on.
Don't worry, we'll sort it out. But that's not an issue for now.
Okay.
You already have Terraform installed. The only difference is that it's not up to date.
Okay.
So usually I don't encounter this issue with so probably I will look for the command to update the version of Terraform. Though I'm not using Mac, but I will make the commands available.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, so Tima, you complete this many tasks when
Okay.
you complete.
If I have any problem, I'll just let
Let
you know.
me know. Okay.
Okay.
Stop sharing. Windows user. Mr. Ola.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
No, okay, no,
Yeah, I
so
can
I'm not
hear
sure.
you.
It's not.
So go ahead and share your screen. Have you completed the download of the Ubuntu
Yeah.
22.0? Share your screen.
Let me know if you see my screen.
Okay, so it says press any key to get started. This is where Windows users usually have issues. Mac users is just straightforward. Because if you press any key now, before you know it, everything will go off.
That's what just happened.
That's it. So it may not be the same for every Windows user, but normally this is one issue that one major issue that Windows users usually encounter. Okay, we have to troubleshoot. So please, for Windows users, let me see if I can get this. So is it the same for every other users there? Okay. What is this for? Okay. Okay. Okay, now this is what you do first. Let us first of all start with this. Please, how many Windows users do we have in class?
Alima is a window user.
Are you on the
I
same
use Windows.
Are you on the same page with him?
I've not downloaded anything because I came to the class late, so I'm just watching. I watch the video and do them later.
Okay, no problem. Mr.
Uh,
Latubasu, can you hear me? Hello.
Oh, sorry, I was talking on mute. I can hear you.
Now, click on it, press any key there. Press on any key. Okay. Well, please, can you share your full screen for us?
My what?
Your full screen is not shared. So once the Ubuntu terminal goes off, you have to share again. Please share your screen again.
Okay. It went off, so I'm trying to load it back up.
Let's be fast. We have work to do.
Let me know when you see it.
Okay, it's up now. Okay, don't worry. Press any key. Let it go off now. So as your full screen is not shared.
So once I click on any screen, it goes off and it stops sharing. That's what's
Because
happening.
when you click on share screen, different pages will come up. Is that not it?
That's right.
Now, you click on the first one on your right, left-hand side up. That is the entire screen. Click on share screen, then you click on the first one, the right hand, the left one, the first one on your left-hand side. That's the entire screen.
Okay. Is it better now?
Yes, the entire screen is shared now. So now, go to where you search, type CMD, which is a command prompt. You are troubleshooting. Type CMD.
Okay.
As a command prompt, just like the terminal for Mac. So I want you to open your terminal for Windows.
Yeah, can you see it?
I can't see.
Can you see now?
We're only seeing your blank screen.
Interesting. Let me stop sharing and share again.
Your console is moving. We can see your console moving. Go and click on, okay.
Can you see it now?
This is your CMD. When I say type CMD, I mean, go back, close this now. I say type, I didn't say you should open it. Stop, hold on. This is what you should do for me. I can't be doing this because I don't have issues like that. So this is why you can see my screen now. Type CMD.
Okay.
It doesn't mean it may be uppercase, so it's not case sensitive. Just type CMD, right click, run your CMD as administrator. You see, now you sign into your CMD as administrator. So this command now, this is the first command. Have you done that now?
Yes, I have.
Now on the Zoom chat, I'm dropping this command. So I believe those of you using Windows should also go ahead and copy this. So it's just like when you copy this command now, hold on, before you start running this command, hold on, so you share your screen. Hold on. Okay, I will do that now. So you can see my screen now. So now I'll copy this command first. So I'll go to the terminal as I opened and paste. So you do the same. So you say WSL, look at this. WSL2 requires an update to its kernel component for information. -- set for, so we'll just go ahead and double click on it. So after you copy that first one, you do this now, you paste the second one. So you are updating your WSL. Hold on. There is a CLS. Sure. Let me show you this. Just hold on. Let's go to this website. This URL, so we can be able to source this as for Windows users. Something else. Just solution. It's the application I opened and should be WSL solution. It's not the application I opened. So virtualization is enabled -- set this to, so you do your updates. So it's enable. Okay, so this is it. Okay, So this is the URL link. So I'm sending this now. Copy this URL link. And we'll go to the browser now. I'll paste it. I'll put this on the notepad and make it available for you. So that's taking me to this minor installation steps for older version of WSF. First of all, you need to enable the Windows subsystem. Okay, so how do you enable your Windows subsystem? Okay, before you do anything now, you have to go, that's the last thing you will do, because you have to restart your system. So this is what you do now. Come to step 4. So if you have old update for this, so you have to, so what you do, download the Linux kernel update. So when I click on this link now, it's going to start downloading. So please, everybody in class, I'm sending this URL link to you now. Okay, so once I send this URL link to you, no, I don't need to even send it. Let me send this URL link, which you already have in your Zoom chat. Click on the URL link and go to step 4. Go to step 4 and download your WSL Linux, WSL Windows Subsystem for Linux version 2. This is where we need to be able to. This is the first.
And this is just for Linux. This is just for Windows users, right?
Yes, not for Mac. Mac, you've already settled yours. So can you see the URL link I sent now? Click on it, go to step 4, click on this download. So it will download the URL link for you. So after the download, you will now install it. So you have to install it on your system. So after the installation, before you can now run your update. So this is the step. Let me compose this for you. Notepad. Let's try this now. This one.
I try to run it, but I get an error message that says the update only applies to machines with Windows subsystem for Linux.
That's why you have to go and install the Windows subsystem for Linux. Let's go and install this for this. Let's go and do that. Turn on, no, let's say Windows. Please, everybody should go and do this now. All Windows users. I don't mind if it means you to sign out of the meeting. Sign out and join us. There's no way you will not restart your system if you want to carry out this installation successfully. So when you type turn on Windows features on and off in your search, this will come up. Now you scroll down and check this. If yours is on check it. Click OK to install the Windows subsystem for Linux. Then you have to restart your system. Then before you come and download and install this package. So please, all Windows users, please do this. It will not take you 5 minutes for you to install the Windows subsystem for Linux and restart your system. Please, we are waiting for you. Quickly do this. Even if I had to prepare the steps, first of all, on what to do, you still have to, you still have to go and install the Windows, turn on Windows features on and off. Definitely, you still have to do this. Are you installing the Windows subsystem for Linux now? This is it. Go to your Windows, search for Windows features and ensure the WSL is turned on. So you click on this, click OK. So it will restart your system. Mr. Ola, are you there? I think he's restarting his system. Alimat, are you still with us? So the issue you are having, you can do it now, resolve it now.
I am with you. My issue is from the beginning because I didn't
Yes,
follow
do
when
this.
you
Do
were
this now.
downloading.
Please do this now.
Is it downloading I have issue with?
For the Ubuntu,
No, the beginning.
the
Whatever.
Visual Studio Code.
Yes. So when
That's
I
all.
downloaded it, I was going to install it. Then I saw 3 things to check. I don't know what to check. So that's why I said, okay, maybe I should just leave it. It showed me create a desktop icon. Others, add open with code action to Window Explorer. The other one, add open with code action to Window Explorer directly, context menu. Then the 2 last things that I check, register code as an editor or supported file. Then the last one say add to path. I don't know what to check in all this. That's why I just stopped.
You just create a desktop icon. So that anytime you want to use your Visual Studio Code, you don't need to come and be typing search to look for it. So
So I should uncheck the remaining things.
you don't need to check any other thing. If we asked you to check anything, we would have stated it on your manual. So you
I
just
was not
go and do
okay.
the installation straight. You don't need to check anything. Even if you want to check, you can just check the create desktop icon. So don't bother checking any other thing there.
Okay.
Okay, have we been able to install the Windows subsystem for Linux? I will come back there. You just hold on. But
Yes.
see how you can be able to, Lima, see how you can be able to.
So it's saying this update only applies to machines with Windows subsystem for Linux.
But have you done this?
Windows sub. So please, where I don't know. Windows subsystem.
Let's start with this
Okay.
first step. First of all, I said everybody should go and install the Windows subsystem for Linux before we do update. First of all, please, the URL link I sent to the Zoom chat, leave that for now. Go and install the Windows subsystem for Linux. Because you have not installed the Windows subsystem for Linux, that is why you cannot update your package. So do this. Mr. Ola Tuboso, Ola Tubo. So
Just say Ola. Ola's fine.
Shewon has done that. So Mr. Ola, are you ready to share your screen?
I am. Okay.
So go ahead now and share your screen. So the
Let me
first
know
thing
if you
you
see
will
my screen.
do is coming up now. The first thing you will do is to install the Windows subsystem for Linux. Secondly, you have to now go. You see the Zoom chat now, the URL link I sent on the Zoom chat. Can you still see the Zoom chat? I'm pasting the link now. So you copy this link now, paste on your browser. Then we'll go to step 4. This is the second step we're taking.
Okay.
So go to step 4. So step 4, click down, scroll down. So click on the WSL2 Linux. Click on that to download. So open. Okay, so let us run this now. This is the update, WSL update. Right click. Okay, you're already running it. Install anyway. Next. Finish. Okay. Now, that is the second stage now. Now, the third stage is to go to your browser, type CM, not the browser, your search, type CMD and run as administrator, right click. Okay, run as administrator. Now, copy this that I just sent to you now, the Zoom chat, and paste here. Okay, installing the Windows subsystem for Linux. So this is the second. This is the third step now. The first is to install the Windows subsystem for Linux from your Windows, turn on Windows features on and off. Okay. Second is to download the package for Windows subsystem and install. Then the third is to update the Windows subsystem. So you have finally updated it. So we don't have any issue. So can you minimize and go to the Ubuntu version you downloaded? Go to your Microsoft store. Microsoft Store. Okay. Type Ubuntu.
Yeah.
Now, which one did you install?
I think the first two or the first three, I don't know.
Okay, click on the 22.04. Open. So stick on. Did you just open this now? It was already open initially.
Yeah, I just opened it. When I restarted my computer, everything went
Press
off.
any key. Let me see. There's still another one opening below. Click on that one. Let's close that.
I should close it.
Not
This is
the
the
administrator,
command prompt.
not the command prompt. Look at below your taskbar. Okay, hold on. Now click on open again for me. It's still giving us this. Installing this package will take a few minutes. Windows WS registration failed with error dash transactions. Okay. Okay. Close this. Try the 20.04. Let me see. Open. Okay. So hold on. So now that we were able to install the package at the same time, we're able to update the package. So now restart your system. So when you're able to restart your system, the issue will be resolved. So restart your system and join us. So for other users, this is what you will do. Step one will be, you first of all go and install the Windows subsystem for Linux. Then step two, for you, the URL link I sent to you, you paste this, come to this step 4. You download this package and ensure you install this package. So then this step 3 will now be, you have to now run your update. So what update are you running? This is the update. You can run both commands at the same time if you want to. You can say So these are the two commands. Okay, so this is what you will do. Step 1, oops, steps on the box. Step 2, this is step 2. And step 3 is this. This is step 3. Step 4 is this. Then finally, which is step 5, restart your PC. So once you restart your PC, then you can now go to your Ubuntu terminal and do the needful. So this is the steps. Okay, I will send this to you now on the Zoom chat. So what you do is to download it immediately. You download it. So while you're in class, you need to resolve this, but after class, you need to follow the steps instead of contacting us to give you this command. Okay. Why you're back now, Mr. Ola?
Yeah, I'm back.
So go to your Microsoft Store, type Ubuntu, and open it. See if we can have access to the terminal. But you're going to share your screen now. So please, the file I sent to everybody on the Zoom chat, please can you download it? So Mr. Ola, share your screen with us, please. Let's see. So type Ubuntu.
All right, which one do you want to use?
So 2.04. Showing the install. Open. So when I say restart, what do you do? Do you usually restart your computer?
Yeah,
You restart your entire computer.
that's right.
And why are we still having this issue?
I have no idea.
Okay, see what we'll do now. Go to your command prompt, CMD, run your command prompt as an administrator.
Okay.
Okay. Just do that. Then run this command. That's the issue with Windows, but not for everybody. Sometimes you don't have issue. Once you install your Ubuntu and you open, you just input your username and password. That's all. Then do
Did you see
this
that?
again. Yeah, the operation completed successfully. So do this again. Copy the second one. The most recent version of the Ubuntu system is already installed. Okay. So either we have to restart, but before we think of restarting, go to the Microsoft Store and see if you can open the Ubuntu. Okay. Click on open. So close
Yeah,
this one, start that open. So open again.
Let me try the other one. Something.
Have you found that? Did you install the Windows subsystem for Linux successfully and restarted your system?
Yeah, I did.
Please, we can't be troubleshooting with only one system. Other users are using Windows. So I believe you should be doing this and give us feedback that is working for you.
See, I did it earlier.
Give us feedback that is working for you, then we'll know what to do. Okay, don't worry. We'll find a way around it.
But do I need to shut down completely and start it up again? Instead of doing restart. Does that even matter?
Well, restart is okay now. As long as you're restarting the system. That's okay. Okay, no problem. Hold on.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
So I tried to do the Ubuntu install from App Store, and what is telling me
Microsoft
saying
Store.
yes, sorry, it's saying enter new Unix username.
Yes, that's exactly what I want us to see from Mr.
Oh,
Ola PC.
okay.
So you're on the right track. But Mr. Ola's system is not giving us that
Oh.
interface. So can you share your screen? No. Can you share?
Sir, are you talking to me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm still trying to get a hang of
Okay, don't worry.
this whole computer thing.
Because hold on, this is what you
I'm
do.
hybrid. I'm new to this.
Okay,
Sir, can you see it? Can you see?
No, no, can't see your screen.
Uh,
I just want to show you how to, once you enter
yes.
username and password, then integrate it to your VS
There's
Code.
so
And
many
that's all.
things even coming up. So I haven't installed the Terraform and the other one. I said maybe I'll go to the video because
Don't worry, don't
everything
worry. Let us complete
okay.
this process now. This is the issue we're having now. And it's
Okay,
working for you. So I don't know if
so
Mr.
many
Ola will have to
windows.
restart his system.
Okay. Okay. Let me minimize it first and try and share my screen. Hold on. Okay. It keeps going off when I try to share my screen. Keeps
Do you AWS?
at the same so
Does
at the
that
same
mean,
time,
sorry, does that mean in all your previous classes, you guys have not been sharing screen when you have issues?
no. Well, I was with the other sets.
Because
I didn't do the IaC with you when the other
no,
set
no,
did
not.
theirs.
Okay.
I took a break. So there's some other thing coming up. It says roots and then arts and my username.
Please, you are going to, what you need to do for us is to share your screen for us.
Okay.
Let us see what you're talking about. I can't just be guessing. The file that I sent to you guys, very, very important. Make use of it.
So, but that file is for Windows users, right?
Yes, not for Mac.
Okay.
Mac users.
Okay, I just want to confirm. Okay.
The only thing when I want to show you how to install Terraform on the terminal, like for Mac users, you've already installed Terraform, but for Windows users, I will show you how to install Terraform. But now Windows user does not have any operating system, so that's the reason why we have to go to the Microsoft Store to download the operating system. Now, you finally download the operating system, opening the operating system, that's where the issue is coming from. So we're trying to resolve this issue. And finally, you got it. And did you enter any name, Olamina? You entered a name already.
No, I didn't, sir. Everything was just downloading. Sir, I'm hybrid, though, so please bear
Can you
with me.
close?
I'm still new to all this.
Can you close this for me? Go to your
I should,
Microsoft
okay.
Store.
Okay.
You didn't share your full screen.
Just a second, sir.
My first class installation of these tools is where most issues usually come from. And without this, there's no way we can start provisioning of our infrastructure. We need to
Okay, sir. So I'm in Microsoft Store.
Please, can you share your screen for us? Share your full screen so that we can be able to see everything going on. Do you see share screen? Can you see share screen?
Yes.
Now, when you click on the share screen, what are you seeing?
Okay, I think I'll begin to get the hang of it. Can you see it now, sir?
It's coming up now. So you can see everything is. So click on that, type Ubuntu there for me. Where you have search apps, games, movies, and more. Up.
Okay. Okay. What did you say I should type in?
Ubuntu.
What did you say I should type, sir? Okay. Okay. So this one, right?
Type Ubuntu. Ubuntu. Just type Ubuntu. Hit enter.
Yes, I have done that.
Don't click on anyone. Just hit enter your keyboard.
Okay.
Okay, so you install 22.04. Click on the 22.04 for me.
Open.
So, Mr. Ola, let's see the interface that it will take us to. Don't worry, it's opening. Just calm down. Is it open now? Can you scroll down to see it below your taskbar? Click on it.
It appears I opened too. Okay. Yes.
You didn't share the whole screen for us. We're only seeing your Microsoft Store.
Oh, so how am I supposed to do that?
Okay, minimize this Microsoft Store app. Can you minimize it?
Okay. Can you see it?
Yeah,
it's saying
minimize.
pause. Resume share. Oh, no. Nice.
Wow.
Sir, can you see it?
Please, let's see what we can do so that when someone is watching this video, everything will go straight forward. So we're just having issues now, sharing screen and all of that. I'm not really impressed. What you will do for me now is stop sharing, click on share, share your full screen. You will see the entire full screen. Hold on first.
Is it by maximizing? Because I'm seeing where it says your screen share
now,
is
when you hold on, see.
No.
Stop sharing.
Okay.
Now click on share. Have you clicked on share?
Yes.
Now it will come up with different screens.
Okay.
Hold on.
Right.
Don't click on any screens. The one you are seeing screen, the one screen that is showing screen, that's your entire full screen. So you click on the one showing screen.
Okay. I clicked on that. Sure.
Click on share. Okay. So now your full screen is up. So once you click on share screen, it will come up with different Windows pages that are. So when you click on one of the Windows page, that means you're only sharing that Windows page. But when you click on the screen, you are showing your entire screen. So now, when you open your Ubuntu version, what we are supposed to get, first of all, is username. Did you enter any username today when you open it?
Not at all, sir.
So why is it taking you to root?
I have no idea. To be
Except maybe
sincere.
they have installed Ubuntu on this system before. Because the username, you would have been the one to enter the username. Because if you can see Ola,
Yes.
so
Yes.
you're not the one who entered that username. So why is it taking you? So
okay.
close this for us now. Okay. Go to your Microsoft Store. Okay. Click back. Let's try the 20.04. You said you installed that also. Click on the 20.04. Oh, you didn't install it. Oh, no, you didn't install. Okay.
Should I click on this one?
Don't
it
worry.
says free. Okay.
Don't worry. Click on the 22.04.
Okay.
I say you should either install 22 or 20.04.
Yes, which was what I did while you were talking to Mr. Tuboson.
Open. Well, the 20.04 is not installed. So let me see. It's taking you to root. So it's opened already. Go to the terminal behind this. It's taking you as root. Now type sudo su. Let me see again. See if it takes us back to root.
So is there something wrong with the fact that I'm a root user? Because I don't know,
Hold on. We need to create a user. User add. We need to create a user. User add.
So what do I enter, sir?
Your Linux commands now to create a user now. User add space, because it's supposed to ask us to enter for a username. Then you enter the username, then password. So it didn't ask us to enter username. So just took you to root. So let's create the username now. Just type Ola for me. Enter. Ola. Type pass WD. Ola.
Should I say that again?
WD. Pass WD. These are your Linux command now. Pass WD. Let's password. Let's password for that. Pass WD space Ola. So enter a password for Ola and don't forget this password. It is very, very important. Enter password for Ola.
Okay.
It's encrypted, so it's not going to display. You've already noticed this during your Linux class.
Yes.
So once you are done, hit enter. Then you confirm the password. You will type it again. Okay, so you know your password for Ola now.
Yes.
Now type switch user su space Ola. Here. So switch user to Ola. Okay, go to your VSCode now. Leave this environment. Go to your VSCode.
Should I close it or just minimize?
Close it.
Okay.
So you say you've not installed the extension. You've installed it now.
Yeah, I've only done this one,
Type
but I haven't
Terraform
done the
for me.
Terraform. Okay. Extensions well.
Click on that extension again. Not start search extension. Click on it. So
yes, I clicked. I click on it.
So
And
say no extensions found. So
yes,
no extension found now. Why? Visual Studio.
but when I did it before, it came up.
Okay. Hit enter. The extension is supposed to come up once. Now close the
Right.
Visual Studio Code. Close it.
Completely. Yes.
Now open it again.
Okay.
It's on your desktop now. You create a shortcut icon for it now.
Yeah, I did a shortcut ID.
So open it now. So go ahead and type Terraform.
Okay.
So install Terraform, the first one. Click
This one.
install.
Okay.
Yes. Now click the second one, HashiCorp. Now click the Terraform autocomplete after the Azure. The next one down.
Terraform.
Yes.
This one, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So now you have completely installed the 3 extensions. Okay.
Right.
So what you do now, go to your remote WSL, the left hand side down. The remote
Here.
WSL, left hand side. On still on your ID, your Visual Studio Code. Can you see the remote WSL, the icon down, green icon, left hand side, the last icon on your left hand side?
Here.
Yes. Yes.
Here. Okay. I should click on that.
Click on it. So let us integrate the Ubuntu. Now click on connect to WSL using distro.
This one.
Yes. Now you see the Ubuntu, click on that.
Yes.
2.04. So we're integrating the Ubuntu now to your Visual Studio Code.
Okay.
So if you look at it, starting VS Code in WSL. Okay. So hold on. Now click terminal up there. New terminal. Okay. So you can see now that is already showing roots. Okay.
Yes.
So this tells you that you're not in root. That's for your terminal. Now,
Okay.
if you want to see the version, can you, okay, on your right hand side, you see bash, you see the plus sign down.
Yes.
You see bash, you see the plus sign, and you see
Yes.
the drop down side sign.
Yes.
Click on that now.
On the drop down sign.
Yeah.
Or the bash. Okay.
Okay.
Should I click on the bash?
No need. So for Mac users, once you click on this bash, Mac users, once you come here and you click on bash, this is how you're going to be running your commands, your Terraform commands. So once you click on bash, it takes you to the bash terminal for Mac users. So you're going to be running your Terraform commands from the bash terminal. But for Windows users are going to be running their commands from the Ubuntu that you've installed. So what you do for me, close this Visual Studio Code, open for the last time, and you're good to go. So
I should close this.
Yes, then you can open again. Okay, Mr.
So
Ola.
this,
Yep, I'm right here.
Yeah, what's the issue now? Is it coming up now?
Same or same. I shut down, did everything to get it work.
So it's the same issue.
Yep.
Okay, no problem. Let's sort it out now. You can see the file I sent to you. The file I sent to the Zoom chat that asks you guys to download. What you do for me is run this. Let's see if we can enable the features. Just run it on your command prompt. Then you run this again. Then you run this. Okay. Then, do you understand now? Hello?
Yes.
Run this. Then once you are done, don't worry. Then you will now come to your search. You now type the Ubuntu. So the Ubuntu that you install, do you understand? Don't click on it. All you need to do, once you type Ubuntu, you have to install the Ubuntu again. I want to uninstall it. If it's 22.04, you go and click on uninstall. Do you understand?
Okay.
Now we have been able to configure our system relating to the WSL package, but we are still having issue with the Ubuntu. We have installed Ubuntu before we start having this issue. So now our system is set. So let us uninstall whatever version of Ubuntu that we already have. Then we'll now install a new version. So that will be the last solution. So if you do this and you have any issue, okay, let me know so we can troubleshoot together after class. So let's not use the whole day to be able to troubleshoot in class. We have work to do. So for Mac users,
So this is one of the Mac users. I have one more question, please.
go ahead with your question.
Okay. My terminal completed the download for the brew, but at the bottom, I don't know if I can share my screen to actually show you so you can have a clear understanding of what I'm trying to say.
Go ahead. Sorry that we've not gone on break because of our troubleshooting and all of that. So it's always like that in our first class. From our next class, we'll start going on break. We have work to do, so we can't go on break for now. So in our next class, we'll be observing our break, please.
Okay, this is where I am. Yeah.
Have you installed Terraform?
Terraform on.
Hold on. Okay, this I think your colleague also encountered this. Was it Mr. Shewu? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he needs to copy the next steps. You have to run the first one command. This next step.
So
that's
enter.
That's your command that is in echo. Can you copy that command?
This right here?
No. You are done with this now.
Okay.
Look at your terminal now. Are you seeing your terminal?
Yeah, I'm seeing my terminal.
Next steps. It says run these two commands in your terminal to add to your path. So the first one is yes.
This right here, right?
You have to copy everything.
Okay.
Did you? Okay, copy. Now go to once you copy, okay. Now paste it below and let's see. Enter, let's see. Then the second one.
This right here, right?
Okay, so yours did not run. Show your own run today now.
Yeah, I did. I don't even have to get back to the screen because I had to restart.
Okay, type brew install Terraform for me. Let me see. Brew install Terraform.
You said brew start Terraform.
Install
Terraform.
Install. Brew install Terraform. Check your spelling of Terraform.
Sorry, just a quick question. Do I have to restart my system after uninstalling Ubuntu?
Yes.
Okay.
Hit enter. Let me see. Running 3 updates, also updates. Okay, once you're able to install the Terraform, check the version. Then before we now go to the VSCode. So let's just go to
Okay,
let's complete
okay,
this. Don't worry, since I've already completed that for Windows. So let's complete this for Mac. Then can now decide to go to my VSCode and we'll now go and install the Terraform together using the commands. So then we can have Terraform running on our Mac OS and that of the Ubuntu, depending on the version of Ubuntu you install Terraform on. Okay. Watching Terraform. Yes. So once, don't know how long this will take. So once you are done, because now you're installing the Terraform. So once you are
okay,
done, you check the version of Terraform. So I actually wanted us to go to the, okay. So you check the version of Terraform. So once you complete this stage and you check the version of Terraform, so you let me know.
okay, I'll let you know.
Okay, so for Windows users, once you are able to, okay, now I will discuss about this next class. Was this is the Terraform registry where we can go and pull codes, script, take it to the ID environment, which is the VSCode, run on the code, and we'll be able to provision it to our infrastructure. So this is the cloud. So now we have not even gone to the Terraform registry to go and put the code. So what we are doing, we are still setting up our environment. So our environment will be between your AWS cloud and the Terraform registry. So whatever code you go and pick from the Terraform registry or get from the Terraform registry, you run it on your ID environment, which is a VS Code. then you provision it to your client. So you can go to your AWS console management and see that instance or service running, AWS. So this is okay. So at this stage now, if you have, if they've been able to integrate the Ubuntu 20.04 here, install. So this is what we want to do. We have installed the Terraform extensions in the VSCode, which is Terraform, AshiCorp Terraform, and autocomplete. So these are the 3 Terraform extensions I asked you to install. So once you're able to install these 3 Terraform extensions, okay, you're good to go. Then so the Terraform extension, then when you come to this, you should be able to see the version of the Ubuntu that you installed. Then install Terraform. So we want to install Terraform now, not just the extension. Because for Mac users are already installing Terraform on their terminal. So it's just to come to the VSCode and integrate it using the bash terminal and the VSCode. Because please mute yourself if you have noise in the background. So the Mac users use Brew install Terraform. So Windows users have not installed Terraform now. So for Windows user, says this, use this documentation to install Terraform. But if you already have, all the commands here for you. So it's just for you to copy the commands and you paste one after the other. So if you want to install Terraform now, you copy this first command down. Okay, not for Mac users, but for Windows users. So you come to your VS Code now. Now, I will not want to use this environment. So today, what I want to do, I want to create a desktop, a work folder environment for this class. Yeah, let me create a work folder environment for this class. If you look at this, this is for last month, IaC class. These are all the work we did. So your own now, I'm going to come now and say April. Okay. So that means the whole workload that we're going to be finding out on IaC class in the month of April, all the projects classwork will be saved inside this folder. So first of all, I will come and click new folder and say day 1. I hope the lady that already installed Ubuntu 20.04 Windows, she's seen this. So I'll say day 1. So day 1 is a folder inside IaC folder, or you can call it directory. So now this is my VS Code. So what I will do, I will come here and click File. Click on Open Folder. So your own, most times it will show local. So just go and click on local so that it takes you to the local machine. So I want to go and browse for that folder. So that folder is on my desktop. So I have to look for April IaC, then day 1. So it means that I've opened my VS Code from this day 1. So whatever configuration we're going to be carrying out on today's class will be saved inside this day 1 directory. And the 1 directory is inside April IaC. Then I will click on terminal. I asked that to do this earlier, new terminal. So this is the PowerShell. We are not working with the PowerShell. If we're working with the PowerShell, then we don't need to go to Microsoft Store and start installing Ubuntu. So you come here and look for the Ubuntu that you installed. These are the 2 versions of Ubuntu. So I will click on one of these Ubuntu. So remember, when you install the Ubuntu version and you opened, requested that you should enter a username. So you enter a username and password. So at the end of, after integrating the Ubuntu version to your VS Code, you'll be seeing this name. So that was the reason why when she opened the Ubuntu version, I was seeing root and I was not impressed. And I asked her that, okay, let us create a username. We had to say user add Ola and we assign password to Ola. So by the time she opened the version of Ubuntu that she wants to use, she'll be seeing Ola at desktop. So this is the part. Look at it. This is the part where the folder is. So this is your desktop user. Can you see? So the April IaC and all of that. So you can see the part. So if you go through your notes now, you will see this part. Okay, so look at it now. Can you see this part now? So this is it. So look at this. This is Akin and this is it. So reason because when after installing the Ubuntu, when you sign into the Ubuntu, you had to use Akin and username and password. But my own case, I had to use Fred as a username. So you can see now. So at this stage now, this is your terminal. This is where you're going to be running all your whatever commands that you want to use to run your script. For your script, you need to open a configuration file for it. We've not gotten to that stage. Because whatever configuration file or script we are getting from our Terraform registry, we'll copy it and paste it inside our configuration file. Then we can now come to our terminal and start using Terraform commands to execute that script. So whatever we want to do, this is just like, if you don't know Linux, what are you going to be doing here? So to install Terraform, this is user. So I may want to switch to root. So if I go and say sudo su, switching to root is authenticating Fred. That's it. So if she went ahead now and say sudo su to say sudo password for Ola, that was why I asked her to enter a password and she should ensure that she retype the password. She should always ensure that that password, she always, if you don't remember the password, you are going to have issue at a time like this. They say you have to go back and create another user. So now at a time like this, I know my Fred's password. So what I will do, I will enter password for Fred. So it tells me that I have switched from Fred as a user to root user. So now that I have switched from Fred as a user, I want to install Terraform. I'm going to copy this first command now. I'll paste and I'll click OK. Okay. So you see one in the apps key is appreciated. Dash. Don't worry about that. So the next thing again, I'll go here again, copy the second command. Okay. Then I'll paste this again and hit enter. So Mr. Ola, are you still having the same issue after installing new Ubuntu?
No, I'm good now. It's
Everything
asking me to enter username and
So you
password.
can decide to use any username that you want to use. In my own case, my username is Fred. You saw that earlier. So if you want to use Ola, you want to use Tuboso, no problem. So remember your password. So you're good to go now. Okay, so I've already sent the file. I asked you to download the file. So if you're using Windows and you have an issue, just follow the step. Okay, so that's the first command. I've already dropped this command for you, the Zoom chat. So if you want to install Terraform alongside with me, copy this first command, go to your terminal, paste. You copy the second command, go to your terminal and paste. I have run the first command and the second command. So I'm sending the second command to you now. The Zoom chat. Now the third command now you're going to do is you need to update and you type sudo apt install Terraform. So what do we do now on our terminal? So what is it? It says press enter to continue. So I'll go ahead and say enter. So if you notice, we spent most of our time in today's class to be able to resolve the issue we're having. And this issue is not something you can skip, because if you don't troubleshoot for you to be able to resolve the issue, then you will not be able to set up your environment. So lately have noticed the issue is always common for Windows users. So you just have to do the needful. So one thing is having issue, another thing is having the commands for you to be able to resolve it. Okay, so all these I have done that already because I already have my ID environment. So I'm still repeating the same process so that you will see how it is done. So we are still running the second command. So this first one, once you copy and paste, hit enter to give you feedback. Okay. So you copy this second one, paste, hit enter, then it will run and tell you to press enter to continue. So once you press enter to continue running. So by the time everything looks good, all it says first they have been ignored or old ones used instead. Don't worry. So you can go now and say clear and go ahead and say sudo. Remember, you are working with Ubuntu, no longer Amazon Linux. Then you have to be using Yum. So this is Ubuntu server. So you're saying sudo apt update. Okay, so let me see. This is a new development. Sudo apt upgrade. Do you want to continue? Yes. So after that, we're going to type sudo apt install Terraform. Then we'll see the version of Terraform.
So we have to go watch the video to do all of this, right?
You can do this in class.
No, the reason I'm asking is because I know that you have done a lot, and I just
Yeah, you can watch the video. I will send the video to the platform.
Yeah, because I know you were showing before I went off. You were showing how to connect Ubuntu to the VSCode and all that. I missed all of that.
Yeah, you can watch the video. So it's installing, updating, upgrading the Terraform package, the Python 3.1, the Jenkins, everything to have installed on this operating system, which is my Ubuntu. Okay, so we're upgrading. So after that, I'll go ahead and install Terraform. Check the version of Terraform.
So I just want to let you know that my Terraform did not download.
Which operating system are you using?
Mac.
Did you check the version of the Terraform?
It gives me an error.
Terraform space -v.
It didn't even show it to me on the screen when he gave me the error message.
Okay. For the other markers, I showed us a version. The rating says the version is kind of old. So yours, it didn't show you the version.
Nah, I
Okay,
didn't see it.
don't worry, we'll come to that.
Okay.
When you type brew install Terraform, but it was actually running when we left your screen. So virtually it did not install Terraform. Okay. So if you check your notes now, what we have is update. So upgrade is not included. So the reason reason takes time when you're upgrading. But when you get to DevOps, you'll be doing most of your upgrades. So it's upgrading the entire packages that have been stored, including this is for Java now. So it's even upgrading the Java version, everything. So I will just wait. There's no need for me to stop the process. It has done that for Jenkins as well. So this is my Java JDK, Java 11.0. Okay. Why is upgrading? We'll come here. Go ahead and share your screen. Mac user, let's see. So once the upgrade is completed, I will share my screen back. Okay, so this is the issue I came on. Type Terraform space version, let me see. Space, hold on. Clear the version from me. Minus V, just type V, enter. Terraform command not found. Okay, type brew, install Terraform. Enter. So let's see if we can install it again for the last time. Okay. Shell,
Yes, sir.
can you go to, can you share your screen for me? Since you have
Sure.
installed Terraform, just share your screen and go to your VSCode. Mine is still upgrading. So, okay.
Okay.
When you go and create a local folder on your desktop or anywhere in the system and open it from there.
Okay.
You can even do it from your VSCode.
Okay, I already created it. So what do I do? Open it from where?
You've already created it.
Yeah. It's just a folder, right? And click open.
Open.
Okay.
Just look with the right, yes. Okay. Now click terminal.
Terminal. Okay.
No, not your terminal, your VS Code.
Oh, okay.
So you see
click
terminal.
terminal. Okay.
New terminal. Okay, so this is where you're going to be running all your commands.
Okay.
So this is your bash terminal running on your VSCode. So if you type Terraform on the screen now, so the same Terraform I want to install on my Ubuntu, then complete the command. You have already installed it on your terminal.
Terraform.
It's in -v, and that's what you have. Okay, so you can see. So that's the version 1.44. So can you do sudo apt update? So your password. Done. The operation could not complete. Unable to locate Java. You have to install Java on your system. It seems you don't have Java on your Mac operating system. Do you have Java?
I don't think, I'm not sure.
You have to do that after class. Just look for how to install Java. Since
Okay.
you'll not be using the system a lot of that, because Java needs to be installed also.
Okay.
So just install Java. Install it on your system. So it doesn't have anything to do with the VS Code. Just download Java and install on Mac. That will be all. So you can do
Okay,
your
I'll do that.
run. So that's your terminal now on your VS Code. That is where you're going to be running your Terraform commands. So you don't need to install any Ubuntu. So you are using your Mac terminal, okay, which you have already integrated. Okay, so the next thing we want to look at is the AWS CLI. So once I'm able to show Windows user now how to install, okay, it's still operating, how to install Terraform, because I told you this first command, the second command, you do your update and you do your upgrade. Then the next is sudo apt install Terraform. Then to check the Terraform version, you enter this command. Then which Terraform is the command that will tell you where the Terraform that you installed on your Ubuntu, where is it saved? So which location is Terraform saved? So which of the directory did you save Terraform? That is this command, which Terraform. So if we're able to install Terraform and which Terraform, then we'll now look at AWS. So we can decide to stop here for today instead of going further, so that everybody can be able to do all of this. Then by tomorrow, we can now start installing the AWS CLI. So tomorrow, no, I mean on Thursday, you have to sign into your AWS account. You already have AWS account. So we can now start installing the AWS CLI. See how we can be able to integrate our connect to AWS cloud. So now your ID is not connected. So your VS Code is not connected to AWS account. So that's what we're going to be looking at on Thursday. So that whenever we provision any infrastructure, let that infrastructure go straight and run on AWS. So you have to connect your ID environment. So this is the code that you want to use to provision your infrastructure. So let's say I want to provision an EC2 instance now. Instead of you go to the console to say take instance, so you run your code to provision the instance. Once you run the code, it will provision the instance in cloud. So when you go to cloud, you see the instance run. And I'll also teach you, as a Terraform administrator, you don't have to always go to the console management to see the instances that you have provisioned or services. Okay, for example, you are not given the privilege to go to AWS console management. I'm working as a consultant and I'm given a task, a template to go ahead and do my job. So after all the configuration of my VS Code, I don't have to ask the company again and say, please, can you give me your company AWS password. I want to log in and see the infrastructure I just provisioned now. Yeah, I should be able to see everything on my terminal, as long as you are good with your Terraform commands. So we have a lot. We have so much. Like I said, we just updated this node as at last week. So you have so much work here. But we'll go one after. We'll see how we can be able to proceed one after the other. There are projects attached to all of this. So you see all these are Terraform commands, projects, Terraform commands. So CloudFormation is also included. We're also going to be looking at CloudFormation in this class.
So I installed the Java and then I did the sudo apt update, and it's telling me the operation could not be completed or unable to locate a Java runtime that supports apt. Do I need to restart or?
You have to restart the system.
Okay.
All right. So I know you've done a lot since I looked back in. I'm going to try to watch the video and try to catch up with everything so that I can get my computer ready before Thursday.
Yeah.
However, if I run into any blocker, is it okay if I chat you before Thursday?
There's
so that
no
I can
problem.
get everything ready.
Yes. But the major issue you are supposed to encounter is what we just resolved now in class. So any other issue, I don't think will hold you back if you watch the video. Okay.
That's good.
So it's taking time to.
Lisa, I don't have the notes.
Yeah. Like I said, some of you have already sent me payment details, and I'm going to send you a link for you to fill the form for me, so I can have your information. Then I will share material to
All right.
you. But for today's lecture video, I'm going to make it available the WhatsApp platform so that everybody can have access to it. In subsequent class, I'm going to make it private, so only page through it. So what you need to do for me, once you have today's lecture video on the platform, you have time for tomorrow. Take your time, watch, get every configuration set before we meet on Thursday. Okay. So
mine is still downloading.
I will have to wait for this process. So I think if I'm able to do the upgrade, I may not do upgrade in the next 2-3 weeks again. So let me not stop the process. So it takes time.
Sir, it still didn't download. It gave me an error message.
For Mac?
Yes, for Mac.
Okay.
You want me to share my screen? Or...
That other link that came up earlier, I don't think that link, remember it asks us to run 2 steps.
I mean, I can show you the error message it gave me.
Okay, so this is still upgrading. We'll come back here. It's just for me to complete the Terraform installation so that you can see. Do I have Terraform installed already? So I just want you to see it done. Okay. What's the error message now? Error, you are not using Mac 10.2. We Apple do not provide support for this old version. There's better behavior that some formula will fail to build in the old version.
You might probably need to update your, because I think mine is on 13.3. I don't know, maybe you need to update your Mac OS.
It's slow, so maybe you have to do the update.
Okay, I see.
After class, try and see if you can update the OS.
Okay.
So it's just like in class now, somebody coming to use Windows 7 or Windows 8. So if you will be having similar issue like this.
But just in case if I'm not able to download the new operating system for Mac, is there a solution to that, or I have to update it?
We have to update first before we
After
can.
that? Okay,
But it's already pointing to the version.
okay.
Just complete this, and we'll go ahead and just go ahead and just don't have to stop Terraform. So I have Terraform installed. The only advantage I will have now is if there's any latest update on Terraform. So I will now install the. If I will do an installation, let me even see the version of the Terraform that I already have running on my machine, which is my operating system. I want to stop this process. Okay, let's see. Okay, so like I said earlier, I've sent this first command to you, this first, second, then do your updates. So after the update, okay, is just install the Terraform. Then to check for the Terraform version on this command, Terraform -v, to see where Terraform is installed, which of the directory. You can locate Terraform, use which Terraform. So, okay. So everything looks good. So in this case now, say, this command now is to say sudo apt install Terraform. So just go directly and see. But first of all, let me even check the version of the Terraform I already have. So I have Terraform installed already. So the version of Terraform I have version 1.4. I think that's the same version you have too for the Mac user. That's you 1.4.
Yes, sir. What version? 13. I think I have 13 point. Oh, you're talking about the. Yeah, that's the one I have. Yes.
Okay, so it seems
wouldn't even-
there's a latest update. So let me see. Sudo apt install. Sudo apt install Terraform.
It won't even let me download the latest version.
But you have this version 1.4.
No, I'm talking about updating the operating system for Mac.
Okay, so I type reading dash Terraform is already the newest version. So there's no latest version for Terraform. The fully package automatically install no longer required. Dash. Start to remove them. So this is already the latest version of Terraform. So if you go now and see which Terraform, so it's telling you that Terraform is already saved inside this directory. SROP Terraform. So you have a directory called Terraform. So if you want to see that now, you just go now and say lists. Okay. So if I go now and say cd/ if I list now, so next thing is the USRO. This is the directory cd USRO. So if you list now, do you have then the beam again? I think it's beam. So say cd beam, then the list. So at the end of the day, you would scroll, or you can even grab if you want to grab. If you want to grab, you can grab. So Terraform. Let's grab. Let's grab. So all this, you already know your Linux commands. So you can see this is a Terraform. Okay, so looks good. So once you completely install Terraform, you don't even need to just check for the version of Terraform. You don't even need to, there's no configuration. This is just to tell you the path, the location where you can find Terraform on the system. So you don't need to do this. You can only install Terraform, use this command to check the version of Terraform. So if Terraform is not installed, it will tell you command not found, meaning that you have not installed Terraform. But when it shows you the version of Terraform, that tells you that Terraform is installed and run. So once you are able to install Terraform, then by Thursday, we can now see how we can now start configuring the AWS provider, how we can download our AWS CLI for Ubuntu, and see how we can be able to connect our ID, which is the VSCode, to our AWS account, so that whatever resource or resources we want to provision to cloud, we'll be able to provision it to cloud. Because if you go to your Terraform registry now and get Terraform codes now, take it to your ID environment. After working on the code, I want to provision. If you don't connect your ID to your AWS account, this infrastructure will not be able to provision to AWS account. So you have to look at that. So that's another configuration that we're going to look into on Thursday. So we have to set up this environment, connect our ID environment to AWS account, so that when we are running Terraform commands, we'll now be able to deploy or provision this infrastructure to cloud. Otherwise, if you don't connect your ID environment to your cloud, you will not be able to. That is what this diagram is telling us. This is a Terraform registry. When you run your P codes, take it to your ID environment, which is your VSCode. So he's seeing this as your infrastructure as code. So this is your infrastructure, but it's in code now. So when you now have it on your ID, your VSCode, you run Terraform command for you to be able to build and provision this infrastructure to cloud. So you now find out that, oh, this code now I've been able to run this, and now I can see it running as an infrastructure in my AWS account. So how can we connect our ID to our AWS account? That is what we're going to be looking at. So if you have any issue now or question, you can go ahead and ask. Let us use the remaining minutes left, though we didn't go on break. Let's use the remaining time left to be able to see to this, or you want to watch the video first and get back to us. So let me hear from you guys.
Yeah, I think I'll go and watch the video.
Okay. Okay. So, Mr. Ola, don't think you have any issue. I'm glad that you have been able to. Which of the version are you using? Is it the 22.04 or the 20.04, Mr. Ola? You're muted. Okay. Mrs. or Miss Ola? Which one?
Yes,
Mrs.
it's Miss. Yes, it's
Okay.
Mrs. Yes,
Okay.
whatever is
So,
fine. Yeah.
all you need to do is to install Terraform. So what I did now.
Okay.
And you have
Yes.
also installed in Ubuntu. Okay, so you have to install
Yes.
Terraform. So on Thursday we'll continue from here.
Okay, sir. So I'll just go through the video. I'll do it step by
Yeah.
step, like you.
So our first class is always like this because you can't just come to class and you're doing everything and you're not carrying the trainees along. So you have to carry everybody along. So the aspect of sharing screen, Mr. A, share your screen, Mr. B, share your screen, Mr. C, share your screen. It's just for us to be able to have our environment set up. Do you understand?
So I'll bear with. Okay.
So our
So I'll
next
bear with
class.
me. I don't know. Hello, sir. Yeah, I said please bear with me because this is like my first time doing anything that has to do with computers whatsoever. So, it's a different thing. I'm not in this field. So
There is no problem about that. As long as you see what we are doing. Understanding is the key.
right.
And that's why we need to carry everybody along. So we're not going to
All
be
right.
too fast, but at the same time, we're not also going to be too slow, at least an average. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
You, everyone, for your time. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. See you on Thursday.